Man's imitation of a world-famous painting could not even be identified by experts. But he himself is so poor he can't even afford to buy paint. His friend Sam said that with his skills he could have painted money. When Jeff heard this he said, "Yeah, right, so why not just paint money?" And so he did. The first step in making a banknote is to design it, because the banknotes of this country contain extremely small letters. Even the most advanced scanners can't do that because they produce Morse. So the letters had to be drawn by hand. And that was a piece of cake for Jeff. After 3 days of careful work, Jeff finished drawing the front and back of the bill. Then he put them together. The final printed backing is now complete. The second step is the printing. The hard part is the die. And this is a problem that Jeff doesn't have to worry about at all, because his good buddy Sam had a printing shop. First photocopying the backing plate. Then the details are repaired by hand. Then it's worn down again. Finally, a protective coating is applied. After baking for a certain amount of time, the job is done. The third step is to start printing. As Sam's press is quite old, they can only print one color at a time. So they had to go back and forth 4 times. It's a bit of a hassle, but as they watched the banknotes take shape, the two of them were very motivated. After the cutting machine had cut them out, a 500 rupee note appears in front of them. The fourth and most important step. But who would have thought that a strip of sequins bought for 10 rupees, and after cutting them finely, they could turn them into 500 rupee notes, and that's how their banknotes were finally created. But looking at such a beautiful note, Jeff suddenly frowned. He poured tea into his cup, then he squeezed the note and threw it in. Yes, the only downside to their notes was that they were too new, so they soaked the notes in water in bulk, and then dried them out. The perfect banknotes were hung all over the wall. They took one at random and planned to try it out at the market. Sam took 500 rupees to the owner, asked for a can of soft drink. The owner felt the note carefully. He instantly recognized it as a fake bill. He grabbed Sam and tried to teach him a lesson. Luckily Jeff was there to pull him out. The two of them ran for their lives into an alleyway. They barely escaped with their lives. Now they were puzzled. The banknotes were so perfectly made. How could the boss be able to tell when he touched it? Jeff tried to bring in 2 real bills and a fake one and asked Sam to try and find the fake one. And when Sam touched it with his eyes closed, and he did find the counterfeit bill they had made. That's right, the feel of the real bill was completely different from the fake one. They used the wrong paper. So the two of them started looking frantically around the market. They closed their eyes and compared the feel of the real banknotes to find the perfect paper. After a whole week of trying, Jeff finally got the feel he was looking for in a magazine. But unfortunately, the paper was too thin. The highly intelligent Jeff had an idea. What about 2 sheets together? This time they upgraded the process again. The front and back were printed on 2 separate sheets of paper. Then the 2 sides were joined together. The result is a banknote with an ultra-realistic touch. Jeff and Sam tried again. This time, Jeff took the money to buy a soda. Sam took his hand and was ready to run. However, Jeff hands out the money and gets back the real money and a soda in change. They finally made it. On the tricycle, the two of them felt like they were about to reach the top of their lives.